these films will leave you screaming with laughter. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unintentionally funny horror movies.
God, they're all over out there. Got any gasoline around here?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at truly unintentionally funny horror. Something that was played up for laughs or didn't take itself seriously as a horror film from the start does not count.
Mike, it's horrible. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Number 10, Jaws 3D.
The baby was caught inside the park.
When a small great white shark enters SeaWorld via a drainage pipe, the management decides that it would make a great new attraction. Despite one man's intent to kill it on live TV, cooler heads prevail, and they nurse the injured shark back to health. However, it dies, and that's when Mama gets mad, and the shark gets real. There are several problems with Jaws 3D. Home viewing was almost impossible, as 3D of this era was meant for theaters. It's cheesy as hell with literal happy dolphin friends, and the action is laughable. Also, when fighting a shark, don't swim into its mouth. Number 9, The Happening.
Let's just stay ahead of the wind.
Although practically universally panned, this film actually starts off with promise. Without warning, people start to act strangely the world over, and then shortly thereafter kill themselves. There seems to be no way of stopping these accidents, or of knowing what's causing it. All anyone knows is that something is happening. And then we find out it's plants. Sure, the premise might have still worked, but only without the cringeworthy dialogue, odd line delivery, bloated exposition, and one scene too many of soft talking to an angry shrub.
We're just here to use the bathroom. And then we're just gonna leave.
What starts off tense leaves audiences side-eyeing the screen before the whole thing abruptly and literally blows over.
This was an act of nature, and we'll never fully understand it.
Number 8, Deathbed, the bed that eats. This is one of those films where the premise and plot is in the title. There's a bed, people lie down on it, it eats them. Fortunately for the nasty old Springboks, there seems to be an unending stream of horned-up youngins who can't wait to sprawl out on the musty velour sheets for a romantic night of chicken, apples, and sweet lovin'. Low production value and wooden acting only add to this banquet of absurdity. While there is something of a backstory about a lovelorn demon and the trapped soul of artist Aubrey Beardsley, it only adds to the WTF factor.
At least this bed seems comfortable.
Number 7, The Manitou.
I'm mightier than you.
When Garth Marenghi's Dark Place seems to be the more realistic hospital horror drama, you know you've got something special on your hands.
Larry?
In this schlockfest, a woman becomes troubled by a rapidly growing tumor on her neck, as you do. However, things take a turn when the doctors discover that it's no tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
It's the reincarnated spirit of an ancient Native American shaman, currently a fetus, who is attempting to be reborn so as to avenge his people. You know, that old trope.
Wounded Manitou. Old Miscomachus.
However, with ghost dinosaurs, a topless magical space battle, and an exploding everything, that might be the least insane thing in this film.
Machine's managers are focusing the power through Karen.
Number 6, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation.
You sit the down!
This film keeps to the flagship elements of the franchise that spawned it, what with a loony family and a character named Leatherface and all. What is missing is any of the rawness of the original, and of course, any massacring via chainsaw. But what tips this one over from forgettable cash grab to hilarious cult favorite is the cast, which stars a pre-fame Renee Zellweger and an equally pre-famous Matthew McConaughey.
I am in the mood for love.
They are clearly giving it their all, even if McConaughey is over the top and if Zellweger looks more bored than scared. Hey, everyone has to start somewhere, and unfortunately, this is that somewhere.
If you're gonna kill me, then do it! I'm not gonna put up with any more of your crap. It's bullshit!
Number 5, Maximum Overdrive.
This machine just called me an asshole!
By 1986, Stephen King had enough of real directors failing his stories and set out to take matters into his own hands. As a result of a passing comet, the appliances and vehicles of the world go haywire and, for no apparent reason other than sudden sentience, go on a murdering spree.
You can! We made you!
The intensity of the film is what makes it laughable, as never once do the characters seem to recognize the absurdity of their own situation. The dialogue also leaves much to be desired, but then we are treated to a pre-Simpsons Yardley Smith, making it seem like Lisa Simpson is trapped among the survivors.
Don't make me a widow on my wedding day, Curtis.
Number 4, The Wicker Man.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
Nicolas Cage has built a cult following around his own particular brand of off and on acting, but when applying to an otherwise creepy idea, the results are without compare. Although the blame, or perhaps thanks, can't fully rest on Cage's shoulders here, as poor writing contributes to this widely criticized film's notoriety.
Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! Ah!
Between the bees, bear punching, the punching in general, and that goddamn honey, it at least has contributed to the lexicon of quotable lines and many memes since its mid-2000s release. Needless to say, it falls way short of the 1973 original.
Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey!
But I know it will.
Number 3, Manos, The Hands of Fate.
I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away.
This obscure film was, perhaps unsurprisingly, spun out of a bet. Writer, director, and producer Harold P. Warren boasted that it wasn't hard to make a horror film, and wagered screenwriter Sterling Silliphant that he could make one on his own.
You have failed, and you must die.
Almost everything that could go wrong did, including editing and sound problems, which led to stupefying protracted scenes and laughably bad dubbing and audio sync.
You cannot stay. The master would not approve.
The plot, razor thin to begin with, still manages to be all over the place, amassing a large cult following due to being featured during the 4th season of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It is really something to behold.
Why don't you guys leave us alone?
Number 2, Troll 2.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me!
Why don't they just eat a salad? In this film, a hapless family finds themselves in the town of Nilbog. From there, the vegetarian goblins run amok and try to turn people into vegetables so that they can eat them. The film, although presented as a sequel to the 1986 fantasy horror Troll, actually has nothing to do with the original, and instead got its name when it was felt that its actual title, Goblins, lacked the scare factor of trolls.
Hungry. Right.
But when you have such a campy script, poor framing, rubbery costumes, and dramatic acting, does the name really matter?
Oh my god!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Number 1, House of the Dead.
Oh my god! It's horrible!
While partying on a remote island, sexy college students are attacked by zombies and must band together to kill the undead horde. Fortunately, they all seem to be martial arts masters and weapons specialists. Along with being hell-bent on hitting every horror film cliche possible, including naked actors, gratuitous gore, and bad decisions, the movie is rife with continuity errors, clunky narration, plot holes, random romances, video game cutscenes, and editing that wishes it were the frickin' Matrix. Absolutely relentless, it's a movie that needs to be seen to be believed.
Game over, f***er.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.